Well, there is a chance that BP's Gulf of Mexico leak will finally be fixed with a two-pronged approach. We partner now with the FT to bring you Lex on Bloomberg. You get a sneak peek at the Financial Times' flagship column a day early. Vincent Boland joining us now live from London. Vince, thanks so much for joining us this morning. What are the chances that BP's two-pronged approach will work in the Gulf for the cleanup?
Well, I think that from BP's perspective, they have to be absolutely cast iron. Because it is simply essential that the two succeed. I think the cap probably will work. These things, I think, generally do work if they're done properly, and so I think that there is a good deal of optimism that the sort of immediate crisis of oil gushing out of the floor of the sea in the Gulf of Mexico is going to come to an end quite soon.
Let's talk about some of the other reasons, Vincent, that we do see BP's stock moving up this morning. We've been talking about the potential sale of some of the company's U.S. assets, and that seems to be giving the stock a boost. What are you hearing from that side of the water?
I think that definitely BP is in the mood to sell some assets. It has already said that it wants to sell perhaps $10 billion worth of assets. It hasn't said which ones, actually, but I think there's a good deal of credibility surrounding the sale, perhaps, of assets in Alaska. There's also a good deal of takeover speculation surrounding BP, as probably not surprisingly, given the plight that it's in and the fall in the share price. I tend to be less sort of sure about that kind of speculation. I just think that anybody buying BP right now would take on the most enormous kinds of risks for the long term, not just legal but also commercial. So I think I would discount that a bit.
And we've heard, of course, that perhaps Exxon or Shell may be interested in other parts of the business as probably the only two ones big enough to take on any parts of any kind of potential acquisition, I guess we could say, if it ever were to happen. Vincent, what are the chances that attention turns to the management next? Actually, we're going to have to pick up at another time the rest of that conversation. But in the meantime, Vincent, we thank you for joining us. Vincent Boland joining us there from the FT from London.